Cans the shot with nobody near him. Yonkers got 4 points in the quarter.
They're on track here in the second half after their less than impressive first half. I mean, I think they came out with some tired legs to start, but they've turned it around. They found some energy, and they look a lot more active and engaged.
Cody Zeller.
For New York, they have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
John Henson. 2 shots.
That's good from Henson. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Charlotte. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Rivers. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Looking at the last game for Charlotte, it was a loss to Milwaukee.
You know, but they were able to hang in there for most of that game. But at the end, you know, when it matters most in terms of what I call winning time, they just could not make the plays on either end of the floor.
Yeah, I like that term, winning time. But as you said, they didn't get run over, but just couldn't convert when they needed to in the end.
Smith for 3, and that's not going to go. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Knicks lead, but... And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Here's Freak. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. And New York, looking at who they've got. Freak, he's in at point guard. Derek Williams is out there with Anthony. Then there's Robin Lopez, and it's Aflalo in at the 2 spot. Lin kicks to Kaminsky. A basket good off the assist from Lin.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Lin against Aflalo. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Lopez sets a screen for Anthony. Not enough on that one as it misses.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Lin the pass to Jones, and the basket good.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely.
Move the ball. Stick it to
Lopez a screen. Freak dishes to Anthony. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Let's go quickly over the course. So no problem for New York.
Josh,
the 2K Sports postgame show.
And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew,
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Washington, where the Wizards will be going up against the New York Knicks. For New York, they are hungry for a win here. Last season, they got swept by this team. 4 straight losses, something they haven't forgotten. And guys, we'll get to see Freak play in this one. He was one of the bigger names in college, jumped to the NBA after 1 year. Shaq, you left early as well. How hard of a decision was it to leave school?
Well, it's never an easy decision. Each person has different reasons why they want to leave, financial responsibilities, just getting tired. In my case, the Hack of Shaq was created. I was getting beat up too much, and I heard my main man, Dick Vitale, say if Shaq leaves, he'll be the #1 pick. So I didn't want to go back, get hurt, and possibly drop.
Yeah, because you could have been #2 if you stayed a year, I'll tell you. But, this guy, Freak, because if you would have played in that era with Freak, I don't know, Shaq. This guy, he left school early, but he is something unique, different. But I thought bringing his skills to the NBA was big because that helps refine your game a little bit. He's ready. This guy was ready, Shaq.
I have an announcement. You know why he plays so well?
Why?
I'm his father.
Dun, 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 dun.
Love you, son. Congratulations.
That's one of the warmest and fuzziest stories I've heard all season long.
Way to keep up with him his whole life.
I've been working.
Let's go to Kevin Harlan. They're ready for the tip. I've been working.
It's the home of the Wizards here in Washington, D.C. as 2K Sports brings you today's action live from the Verizon Center. The New York Knicks come into this one after a win against the Charlotte Hornets. And what really made that outcome a surprise was how lopsided it was.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a counter.
I was very impressed, Greg, with the way they stood their ground, even when they were on their heels some, coming through those moments where they were backing up a bit. That's what it takes on the road. You got to show that kind of fortitude and resilience.
And so off the tip, it's Washington's ball. And now the New York Knicks starters. Austin Rivers is out there with Afflalo. Then it's Anthony, then it's Smith, and it's Lopez in its center. And the shot's good from Nene.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Rivers kicks to Smith. The feed now to Afflalo. Outside Anthony. And the shot is long. On defense, New York. Here's Gortat at the wall. Off to a good start as he gets his first shot attempt.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
Smith outside. New York moving the ball around. And Afflalo kicks to Smith. The dish now to Lopez. 5 to shoot. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
And Beal kicks to Wall. The tray. Beal can't get it to go. On defense, Washington. This their first look at this year's New York squad.
And they swept the season series against them last year. They really did have the upper hand.
And I think that's where it starts, guys. Neither team a playoff factor, but you work your way up the ladder team by team. And this is really one matchup they feel very confident with.
Here is Wall after Austin Rivers score. And Wall kicks to Beal. Gortat with a screen on Afflalo. No luck.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
Now here's Rivers. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Hornets in Charlotte. Here's Anthony. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Wizards have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Gortat with a screen on Rivers. Good. Wall's got 5 now.
And that was Gortat. He usually scores, but that time Set a nice screen.
Dishes it to Anthony. Afflalo outside. Goes checked in, and Gary Neal subbed in for Beal. The Knicks also changing it up. John Henson's checked in for Lopez. Porzingis comes in for Smith, and Freak subbed in for Aaron Afflalo.
Yeah, you've got to make sure your feet are set when you set those screens, or they're going to call that on you.
Well, I thought maybe he was set. I know that's a difficult call to make, but I think they might have missed that one.
Rivers dishes to Freak. Henson with the screen, and that one's good. Freak's got his first 2 points.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Wall, that's good. Knicks trail by 3. Here's Freak against Charlotte. He was really on his game. There's a screen. Lets a floater go. A nice shot by Rivers. Rivers has got his second basket.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
It's Wall with the drive. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
There's Freak. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Wall, he showed up every night and some noteworthy performances over the last month. He's putting up about 16 points a game, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. Just solid all-around performances we've been seeing from him, delivering night in and night out.
And you know, that's what stars do. It isn't always about scoring 50 points. It's about making plays consistently.
And Washington making a change here. Chalmers is checked in, and a switch here also for New York. Williams is checked in. There's the pick. Here's Chalmers. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Well, among the centers and power forwards of the NBA, these are the players with the softest touch around the bucket. Some terrific shooting percentages for the big men. Well, you look at Porzingis, you know what you're going to get from him day in and day out.
And it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Yes, sir. I mean, these guys make the most of every one of their easy opportunities. Missing layups is simply not part of their routine.
Now here's Freak. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break, and it's blocked. And a fast